Hello. Hello. How you guys doing out there? I just came to sit down and talk a little bit with you tonight about subscriptions and spring cleaning and trying to get ourselves ready for which we should already be ready, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer for us to get ourselves together and to go through and look at what we need to either replenish, get rid of, replace. Don't need to replace it anymore. Don't use it anymore. Because throughout the year, we notice that there are certain things that we don't use anymore. Unfortunately, it takes us a little while sometime to go in and to cancel subscriptions, unsubscribe, because that's money that we could be holding on to, putting in our pockets, putting into our little piggy banks, doing some other things with that extra little cash. Things are so expensive now. I don't know if you've been to the gas station lately or not, but I put gas in my car the other day, um, $5.99 a gallon. That's expensive, and I didn't realize that we were in a war, but I do now, and I'm not sure if it's a war or it's just an increase in price because, of course, wars bring increase in price because there's shortages. Everything is doubled what you normally go to the store for and pay $1 for, and that's just an example. Now it's $2, if not three. Packages are smaller, and now that labelings have to put on the labels that they're using bioengineered ingredients, we're seeing what they think about us. You know, we don't know what those bioengineered ingredients are going to do to us later. And by the time we found out that that's what they were doing, all of us had a real belly full of it. It's sad, but it's true. It really is. So, I wanted to just bring to your attention one of the softwares that I use is QuickBooks. And if you've listened to any of my previous videos, I've told you that QuickBooks is an excellent software for your business, and it is. The more I use it, the more I love it. You can generate your reports, you can put your vendors in, your bank accounts, your credit cards. And if you do what you're supposed to with it, you'll be able to keep up with when you pay things, when you spend money on things. You'll be even able to keep up with how much you're using, how often you're purchasing. QuickBook is not the cheapest, I'll say that. And they do have a free version of it. And I've used the free version, but I really find my perks in using the paid for. So it's worth the money that I spend every month for keeping my QuickBooks online up to date. And not only that, but I also have a site that I go to because you can also go on YouTube, and QuickBooks as well will show you how to use the software, take you step by step. But I also have another software which I had to pay for, but it takes you through everything from knowing your chart of accounts, because I didn't know any of those things, and I'm not ashamed to say it. when you first start your business, there's a lot of things that you won't know that you will get introduced to. And then you will have to learn how to use it in your company so that you will be able to be successful and you can pull information up at the drop of a dime. So there are some things that you will need, there's some things that you won't need. For me, I learned as I went some of the things that I need. There were some of the things that I bought from the beginning. I dropped those things later because I didn't need those things. So it's no sense in spending unnecessarily money on items that you won't use, that you don't need. But I guarantee you, if you buy QuickBooks, you will use it. And there are alternatives for QuickBooks. Now, I've never used these two things or three things that I'm about to give you, but I know that they're out there and it's a little bit cheaper than QuickBooks. I'm just more for QuickBooks because QuickBooks offer me more. There's Excel, there's Microsoft, and then there's Google Sheets. So you can do the same thing. It's a little bit more tedious though, because whereas with QuickBooks, everything is all within one software. With Excel, Microsoft, and Google, I've been told that everything is separate. You can't run the reports. So you would have to actually keep up with those things so you will be able to know where you're at. Whereas with QuickBooks, I can just basically put the information in, put the beginning date, the end date, hit a button, and it generates the report for me. So in the beginning, I understand you may not be able to afford QuickBooks, and then you might. I'm not saying that you won't, but this is just in case that you can. You can use the other things and keep up and, track your items and track your monies and track your expenses. And as you're able to grow and to go to QuickBooks, I think that you will really like it. And it's been a while since I've been on here. Last time I was on here, I remember telling you guys that we had deaths in our family. So far, so good. The family, we're surviving. We're missing our loved ones, but we're surviving. And we're loving on each other, supporting one another, and trying to keep each other afloat. So, with that being said, I just wanted to come on, talk to you guys a little bit. I hadn't been on here in a little while, but I'm going to start coming back more and more because I really want to get to that 100,000 subscribers, but I know it takes time. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great night. Talk with you soon. Bye.